Hello there and welcome to the new channel.
Here to help you see
The new you.
My name is Carmine Ortega.
Dennis Calamba.
This is Nato Agbayani.
My name is Juan Lu.
I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
This is Apple Manansala.
This is Attorney Carla Perlas.
This is Attorney Sheila Santiago.
This is Angie.
Yes, Argamit.
My name is Dante Salama.
This is Jesse Francis Rebostillo.
I'm Dania Cunha.
Mon Mendoza.
I am Mapet Erhina.
I'm Leo Bryan. Mike.
Nice to be here.
Sir Al Ian Barcelona.
Marvin Salazar. This is Sunny Haldon.
Heidi Lumainos.
This is Ivan Jude.
Patrick Geronimo.
Alan Perez.
My name is Erwin Ursua.
My name is Bob.
My name is Lloyd Luna and this is
Future.
The Talk.
Family Business.
The Puppet Stories.
After Shift.
PNC Town Hall.
YOLO.
Marketplace.
The Home Buyer.
HR Hotline.
Danny Art Show.
Healthline.
Foreign Affairs.
COVID Stories.
Awesome Day Show.
Thank you.
Money and more.
Cybernext.
Women at Work.
Win Within.
Port Project.
The Big Picture.
Sometimes life lets you down and you feel that you are done. You just want a morning run because the fun is all gone. But sometimes life makes you proud when you look far and wide, when you leave the pain behind and see the brighter side. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you. Sometimes life makes you blind and you choose something bad. You just wanna cry and hide and save your face from the crowd. But sometimes life makes you see the beauty in you and me. When you look up above, there is God and there is love. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new. We're here to help you see the newness of life. We're here to help you feel your hope is so real. You got the power to see. We'll help you see the new you. TNC gives you inspiration. TNC reignites your passion. TNC starts your transformation. TNC helps you see the new you.
The new channel. The new channel. The views, opinions, and insights expressed in the following show are those of the hosts, producers, guests, and viewers. They do not necessarily reflect the position of the channel. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello there and welcome to the new channel. We are here to help you see the new you. My name is Lloyd Luna and this is The Big Picture. Good evening, everyone. Wherever you're watching from around the world, magandang gabi po mula sa napakagandang Pilipinas. How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's Wednesday, the 18th day of November 2020. How are you doing? Midweek na naman po. So, na-expect natin na Thursday, Friday, and then weekend na naman. So I'm very happy to be here. Exciting episode again. We just had our premiere of PNC's newest addition to our shows, Couple Goals. It was an exciting episode. If you're watching us live right now, and if you are watching on replay, please do share our stream link. You can also organize your own watch party. Pagkatapos po nito, pwede rin pong i-share ito sa inyong mga social media groups, sa inyong mga chat groups kung saan nyo pwedeng i-share. Frances Ang is already saying, here to watch our guest for tonight. Ayan. Liling is watching along with GC Fernandez. Hello, Rock Pro, Nibla. Maraming salamat sa panonood. Si Miss Fazna Abdin is also here along with my parents. My parents are watching live from Australia. Sino pa bang manonood sa anak nila? Kundi ang kanilang mga magulang. Amen. Si Carla Perlas, malamang ay may kinalaman sa ating guest. Kasi para silang C at para silang Perlas. Diba? Sino-sino pa magpapanuoran sa isa't isa kundi ang magkakamag-anak at magkakapamilya. Amen. But this will be an exciting episode because we're going to talk about technology. We're going to talk about content. We are going to talk about consumption ng social media information because practically, I think this is the best time na talagang maging matalino tayo sa paggamit ng pag-consume ng content social media. Because, this is what we have right now. After the shutting down of ABS-CBN, really the largest broadcast network in the Philippines, alam natin na bumagsak, and people turn to their small screen para din nila makita at makuha ang mga information na kailangan nila. Hello, Paul Vincent. Si Gia is nanonood na rin. Hello! I think we have to do this in English then because we have friends from Colombo, Sri Lanka, here to see our guests for tonight. Hello, Nalika. Or Nalika. Gia, hello. So please do share our live stream link so that other people can watch the show. Your friends, your family members, your associates, your fellow parents. No? Kung kayo ay syempre fan at following yung ating guest, share nyo na rin para makadagdag sa ating episode watchers for tonight. You can also watch us simultaneously live on youtube.com/TNCnow. And if you are going to watch us live on youtube.com/TNCnow, you can get an opportunity to get a gift courtesy of Unisol and TNC. Ano po yung item na pwede makuha? Again, you just have to watch youtube.com/TNCnow and drop some comments in there. This is the item that you can get. Please watch. That's a washable face mask worth 800 pesos. If you're going to watch us on youtube.com/TNCnow and you become the lucky viewer for tonight, you have it. And if you're living within Metro Manila, delivery is on us. Sabi ni Gia, you have a Carla's fan club for tonight. Oh, my fan club, in fairness. May fan club ang ating guest. Ang pogi ni Sarge. Thank you, Paul. Do I owe you something that I don't remember? So we are going to try to make this conversation in full English. Oh my goodness, really? Hindi naman siguro. Ayaw ko. Nose-split ako. Akala ko madali lang interview ngayon. I thought this is an easy interview. But looking at our guest's profile and at the same time yung kanyang fan club, I think we'll have to do it in English. Woo! Baka naman, Apple, double pay. Okay, excited to hear what our guest for tonight will be saying. Will be telling us inspiration, her journey, her story, insights on things practically dito sa nangyayari ngayon, especially sa mga nangyayari ngayon. But before I can give her to you, present her to you, let's take a look at the headlines from the country's oldest English running newspaper, the Manila Times. Palas Ice Bayanihan 3. COVID cases in Baguio, Davao surge. Duterte focus on public service despite criticism. According to the Red Cross, climate change bigger threat than COVID-19. Large rivers ease floods. Pacquiao. School repair to start in 2021. Australia provides funding for Filipino entrepreneurs. Cebu lawmaker dies at 79. Ex-lawmaker cleared in a 26 million peso IT purchase. PRC SM launched drive for typhoon victims. Church warns against fake donation drive. Government sees no need to borrow more. O hindi na raw tayo utang. Headlines presented to you by the Manila Times. For more news and information, please go to manilatimes.net or download the application at digitaledition.manilatimes.net. If you're ready, and then it's showtime! Our guest for tonight. Well, anyway, yun din naman yung talagang ipinunta nyo dito, hindi naman ako. So, huwag na natin patagalin. Baka mainip kayo, lumipat kayo kung saan sa mga stream pa. Hindi tayo masyadong pinapanood ngayon. I mean, syempre may iba pang mga channel, pero iba talaga yung feel ng giant ABS-CBN. The void was so huge. Parang hindi na-fill in yung gap. Anyway, our guest for tonight. It's pretty sexy, beautiful. Okay na ba yung description mo yun? O kailangan pa naman? Sige. Yung substance naman. Our guest for tonight, Senior Vice President ng content sa theAsianparent, Southeast Asia's largest parenting content and community platform that reaches over 30 million parents, that's right, monthly. Our guest leads theAsianparent's web and app content strategy, as well as the growth of its online community across the region. Kaya meron tayong mga kaibigan from Sri Lanka. So, let's welcome our guest for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Kayo na magsabi kung sino. Carla Perlas, good evening to you. Thank you so much for coming to the Big Picture. Appreciate it.
Hi, Lloyd. Good evening. Thanks for having me.
How accurate was my description of you? Yung first part.
Yes, of course. Yeah. So, yes, I am the SVP of content for the Asian Parent.
The first part was beautiful, sexy.
No, that one. Of course,
That one,
very accurate, and also my substance.
I thought so. Sige. So again, thank you so much, Carla, for giving us your time. And you're so excited about this episode as well that you asked for the promotional link sometime last week. Oo, ganun. We're also excited to hear more things
Ganun kami
from you.
ganun kami ka professional. Maaga kami magtrabaho para we can help promote.
Very proactive eh. Kung parang natutulog pa yung aming mga staff talaga, hey gising, where's the link? We have to start promoting the link and things like that. But again, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. We are very excited to hear about your thoughts, your insights, what's happening, and what you're trying to promote here. But the first thing that I would like to ask you is, how have you been? I mean, it's been what, 6, 7, 8 months since the pandemic started. How are you?
I'm actually okay. I think it's in my nature being a mom. Ganyan talaga mga nanay, di ba? You just keep moving forward, gotta stay strong. Gotta stay strong for your family.
I don't know about being a mom. I have no experience, zero.
Yeah, but it's you just have to my role is also kind of I'm sure a lot of working moms, especially working moms who manage a team, can understand my situation, because syempre I have to take care of my family, make sure that my kids are okay, they're coping with this pandemic and with this quarantine. But at the same time, I also have to make sure that my team is okay. My team at work is also okay. And as we've shared earlier, my team is international. They're in different countries. I am a regional head, so I have team members in Singapore, where the Asian Parent originated. I have team members in Indonesia and Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, and India and Sri Lanka. So they're all over the world and working in different time zones. So it's I guess you adjust to it. Na lang, parang no choice, diba? You just have to adjust, and you just have to stay strong for yourself, for your family, for your team.
How is the adjustment? I mean, you are already working across the region. For sure, there are a lot of technologies that are involved already. But this pandemic, what made it? What makes it different from prior to pandemic? I mean, the way you run your teams, your organization in regional base. What was the difference?
Okay, well, before the pandemic and the quarantine, diba, and especially, airports closing down, I was able to travel and visit, my teams in all these countries that I mentioned earlier. Iba talaga when there's, face-to-face meetings, right? And catch-ups with your own team. And even here in the Philippines, diba, ang hirap kasi nga, lalo na nung ECQ, hindi kami, we couldn't see each other. We couldn't, even go to the office and catch up. So before the pandemic, that was, the Asian Parent is online, right? So it's not like we really need to go to the office, but it really, it helps when you have that face-to-face communication with your team, because, things are just resolved faster, right? Pag magkakasama kayo in a meeting, tapos, sige, gawin na natin yan. Okay, let's do it. Whereas, when you're separated by countries, by time zones, it's like, okay, I have an idea now, but okay, let me wait na lang till they wake up. and then I'll message them. Yung team ko nga nakakatuwa because they got used to me because being a mom, I wake up at like 5 in the morning, but that's when my brain is at its most active, and so I have these, 5 a.m. araw-araw yan. Automatic na yan. I don't need an alarm clock. And so I'll have some ideas, or I remember something, or I want to follow up on something, and so I'll be messaging them that early. I'm sure they find it irritating, but they've learned to ignore me, and I encourage them to ignore me till it's work hours, because I just don't want to.
I'm very lucky. I'm very lucky to be not part of your team. That's for sure.
But my team has learned to,
they learn to adjust.
But I mean, and I tell them also.
Yep. Particularly because they don't have other choice, right? I mean, what should it's you.
But I do remind them to just ignore me until it's work hours, right? So I also, what's also hard, right? With this pandemic, you're working from home, and it seems like you're working nonstop. Kasi nga, you don't leave the house. Diba, when you go to an office, alam mo, when you're in office, work mode ka. But when you get home, family home mode ka na, diba? Or, kung ano mga gusto mong hobbies to do, reading, cooking, baking, watching TV, right? Just relaxing. But because of this pandemic, talagang parang nag-blur na yung boundaries, diba? Na, wait, teka, nasa bahay ako. So...
Precisely what you're saying is that things change. I mean, hindi mo na ma-distinguish kung kailan ka gumagawa ng trabaho mo or kung kailan ka nasa bahay. And I think it's one of the things that people should have really conversation about, because it's taking some mental toll doon sa mga tao, di ba? Parang palibasa din tayo nagta-travel. Kala natin round the clock, pwede nating abalahin yung mga tao, bring into online or mga Zoom meetings, mga ganyan, etc. And I'm sure you really miss a lot of traveling stuff because you're a community builder. You need to have the people in there and gather for sure. But how fast was the response when the pandemic started? I mean, meron ka bang timeline na sabihin mo na you're able to assemble your team, or parang you get used to the tool na ginagawa nyo ngayon in order for you to connect? Mabilis lang ba yung adjustment?
Our group CEO, she and I really had long calls, right, to just re-strategize and assemble at least my team, the content team. For her, of course, she had to think about the entire company, right? How to make sure that the company survives this pandemic, right? So nung March pa lang, before mag-ECQ, the Philippines was the first office on the Asian Parent to say that, okay, sorry, but we can't go to the office. We're gonna bunker down kasi may quarantine kami. We're all just gonna start working from home. And we declared that even before the ECQ started. When nagkaroon na ng cases, diba, the first cases ng COVID-19 here in the Philippines, we already told each other, okay, you know what, let's just stay home, let's stay safe. So even before ECQ, and then we announced that to the company. Whereas, at the time, the company was still deciding, okay, shall we tell everyone, to just work from home? But I think it helped, when the PH office told them that, yeah, no, we're going to do this, we're not going to wait, because we have to think about our safety, right? Not just ours, but our families. So me and our group CEO, Roshni Matani, talagang we had like 2 whole days of just nonstop, nonstop Zoom calls or Google Meets, just to, just to plan, okay, what are we going to do with, with me? She was telling me, okay, what are we going to do with your team? We had to make some tough decisions, right? So we had to cut a lot of budgets as well on the content team, like yung mga freelancers, and even some online tools that we were using to make things easier and more convenient and make it more efficient for us. Because yun nga the main goal was to make sure that our company will survive this pandemic. And as you
Oh,
can see,
yeah.
we are surviving and we are thriving, actually. I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds bad.
yeah.
It sounds bad that we are thriving in a pandemic, but I'm happy to report that we're doing well, at the Asian Parent, and we didn't have to let go of
Yeah.
employees,
Yeah,
but we did have to
that's
make
good.
some really tough decisions at the beginning.
That's good. I mean, it's very important as well. But the way it turns out is talagang kailangan naman. I mean, everybody has to survive one way or another. Tell us something about the Asian Parent and your journey towards it.
Okay, sure. Okay, well, the Asian Parent, it's been around for over a decade, and it launched in Singapore. That's where it started. And the idea behind it was that, at the time, a lot of the parenting knowledge was really based on Western practices or Western studies and research. And, us, right, Filipinos, Asians, right, we have our own ways of parenting, traditional ways that really work for us, for our culture. And so, but there wasn't much literature on it, right? Like the way that an Indonesian mom would care for her baby versus the way that a Thai mom would care for hers. Wala masyado. And so our group CEO, she decided that, yeah, you know what? Yeah, there's an opportunity here, and there's a gap in the knowledge. And so hence, she launched the Asian Parent in Singapore as a website first. And then a couple of years ago, we launched the app version of the Asian Parent.
Pero paano yung pagpasok mo? I mean, how did you get involved?
Me,
in
myself,
this?
okay. I guess it's a funny story, because I came from traditional print media. I've been with several print media companies here, and big ones too. And then my last, and I was working for a couple of parenting magazines before, right? And launched a parenting magazine as well. Tagal na,
I'm not going to ask. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask. So, matagal na is fine.
Matagal na. And then our group CEO, Roshni,
I will let you get away from it. So, sure. Okay, and then the CEO.
Yeah, she messaged me via LinkedIn, right? So, anyone here who's watching, LinkedIn is a very good website.
Yeah.
It's a social platform for
Napirata si Carla.
Yeah.
Napirata si Carla.
Napirata ako, oo. But it was funny because she messaged me and I ignored her message the first time around because I thought it was spam.
Very suspicious. Huh?
Oh, she's like, hey, Carla, I'll be in Manila. Let's meet up. So I was like, who's this?
Who's this? Like,
who's this?
And who are you?
So I archived her message, right? I ignored it. And then a month later,
Is it something that she already knows, or this is the first time that
she knows the story. She knows the story. She knows the story. And then I think a couple of months later, I felt that I was ready to explore, new opportunities. Because I felt that I don't know if the company I was in was ready to transition fully to digital or was ready to do that, and I didn't think they would bring me the skills and knowledge I needed to learn. So
because online platform definitely it has a different business model, totally different business model. You cannot just what do you call this? Transfer your content from one platform to another and hoping that diba? Magkaiba talaga. Oo. Sige, I'm going to pause for a short commercial and then when we come back, pag-usapan natin itong
to be continued how I got into this line of work.
Especially yung sa work mo, there's Parang tawag dito is parang scarcity marketing. Okay, sige. So, si Deep Shika is watching along with Eddie Gabua and Steve Albano. Hello, Jesse Bustillo, host of TNC's HR Hotline. And Raymond Pinto is also here. Si Lloyda, si Miss Cho, nanonood din. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Okay, so when we come back, we're still going to move on with our conversation with Carla. In the meantime, I'm going to pause for a short commercial. Please don't go away. Stay on our stream. Welcome back. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Before I call in back my guest again for tonight, I'm going to invite you to watch our other shows on TNC because meron pong isang show para sa inyong lahat. For sure, hindi kayo pwedeng mawalan dito. The Big Picture shares inspiring stories of notable personalities. That's Mondays to Fridays at 7 p.m. Human Resources Management on HR Hotline Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 12 noon. The Family Business is Everyone's Business, Saturdays at 4 p.m. Life Business and Success Stories on the Fort Project, Saturdays 10 p.m. Dubai and 6 p.m. Philippines. Beauty Beyond What Your Eyes Can See, Usapang Beauty, Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Time to hear positive testimonies and stories from those who recovered. COVID stories, Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. Life Purpose and Turnaround Stories, U-Turn, Mondays and Thursdays at 10:30 a.m. Build and Own Properties, The Home Buyer, Mondays and Thursdays at 4 p.m. Laugh and Learn from Puppetry Arts Around the World, The Puppet Stories, Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Magbenta, Bumili, Tumulong, dahil bukas na ang TNC Marketplace, an online night bazaar, Thursdays and Fridays at 10 p.m. Know Your Rights and the Basic Laws, YOLA, Thursdays at 8:30 p.m. Learn About Money and More, Tuesdays, 8:30 p.m. Philippines and 5:30 a.m. Same time or same day, USA. Two Leaders in One Platform, TNC The Talk, Mondays at 12 noon. Chill and Booze After Shift, Wednesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Strategize and Win in Life Through Win Within, Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Kids, Dream, Achieve, Nurture, and Inspire. Watch the Danny Art Show, Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Learn Together Across Borders, Foreign Affairs, Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Because Health is Wealth, Healthline, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Celebrate Women at Work, 9 a.m. Saturdays. And always have an awesome day. Mondays at 2:30 p.m. Cybernex empowers people and organizations to be secure in a digital space. Wednesdays at 12 noon. Know the emerging technologies shaping our future today. TechQ, Fridays at 2:30 p.m. Learn and know more about market leaders on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5:30 p.m. Having a well home brings to you to a live Tuesdays and Saturdays at 2:30 p.m. More about coping and coupling couple goals. Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Catch also our TNC original shows such as One Day, a live storytelling, alternates with TNC Town Hall, co-hosted by yours truly and Apple, a show where we talk to you, our valued audience. More upcoming TNC shows that will truly, truly inspire you, including the one na baka magkaroon si Carla Perlas. Hintayin niyo yan. Di natin alam kung magkakaroon. Malay natin, di ba? But more upcoming shows that will truly inspire you. Follow our channel, Facebook and YouTube, and let us help you. Hashtag See the New You. I also would like to invite you to watch on PNC and JCI Makati page, yung Pink Congress 2020. This is the second time that JCI Makati is doing it. Building a stronger you, building a stronger youth for the future. It's going to happen December 1st, 2020, so Tuesday, 9 a.m. to 12 noon. Registration is free. Please reach out to JCI Makati Facebook page in order for you to find out how to register for free. As you can see, ang mga speakers po na nandyan ay mula sa pinakagwapo hanggang dun sa hanggang sa may tsura lang. No? Yun talaga. Hindi po. Basta nandyan yan. So, manood kayo. Please do watch and support Pink 2020. That's Positive Impact on Nations Change 2020. Okay, so let's call in back our guest for tonight, Carla Perlas, Senior Vice President for Content, the Asian Parent. Welcome back, Carla. Kakapagod magbasa, no? Doon na, pag naging host ka, mabasahin mo.
Ang dami mong binabasa.
Diba? Marami na sa yan pag naging host ka.
Nauubos yung show mo sa mga special mentions.
Okay lang, breather din yun. Sige, so let's continue moving forward. Malaki ang pinagkaiba ng Western parents sa Eastern parents. I'm generally talking about Asian parents. No? Malaki yung pinagkaiba because I can remember when my wife, when my wife and I first expected, ang mga literature, as you were talking about, talagang mga galing sa West, no? So they are authored mainly by Americans and Europeans. But kung titingnan mo pag magpunta ka sa bookstore, parang okay, so where are those coming from? Written by Filipinos or Asian for that matter. So malaki yung difference, and if it is true, how different it is in terms of being an Asian parent and a Western parent.
Well, I mean, there are little things and big things. Little things like, for example, some small examples. Kunyari, when it comes to co-sleeping, right? So a Western parent would say, no, co-sleeping is a no for us. Pero tayo sa mga Asians, lalo na tayo sa mga Pinoy, co-sleeping is nice. It's a bonding experience, di ba? You just have your baby sleep beside you. Lalo na kung magpapadede ka, it's breastfeeding at nandiyan na, easy access na. And then, tulog kayo pareho, di ba? And, but it's worked for us, It's not that, we're seeing a high rate of infant deaths because of co-sleeping here in the Philippines, but maybe because we're used to it, we're masters at it. We've learned from our parents, we've learned from our grandparents, diba, that these are the things that work for us. So, but of course there are still some Western advice that, that do make sense, diba, na it's universal. I think it's not really just about Western or Eastern. It's just, it's just knowing what's the best and what's right for your own child, because no child, every child is different, right? There's really no cookie cutter formula. Iba-iba talaga yung pag-alaga, diba? So the way that you would raise your baby or your child, right, would be different from the way I would raise mine. Kung ano lang talaga yung, and it's up to the parents talaga to just do their research, right? So ask their doctor, ask their parents, ask their grandparents, ask their friends who are fellow parents, read books, and especially, when you go online, yun yung mahirap when you go online, ang dami ng sources. I mean, it's wonderful, there's this, rich source, of content for you. You just magsusearch ka lang online, diba? And bam, ang dami ng results for you. Now, it's up to you now to just know ano kaya yung mga credible information here.
So, as an experienced professional running this, running the show, as a leader in content, what are the things that people should consider kapag nakakabasa sila ng mga articles? I mean, meron ka bang filter na masasabi mong parang, okay, more or less ito yung article na good, and this one is probably too good to be true, or worse, it's false?
Well, of course, I mean, one of the ways to assess is to look at the sources, right? To look at, let's say, if you're reading a particular article, and then, especially if it's a resource piece, right? Let's say, when I say resource piece, something like, how to increase your breast milk supply, right? So, you want to know whether this article is linking back or referencing, credible sources, whether it's a book or maybe another website online. Could be, and of course, so that's where it starts. You need to look at the sources that this article has used to produce this piece of content for you. And also, you also assess the website itself, right? What kind of website is it? Is it a hodgepodge of topics? I mean, there are little markers as well that tell you na, teka, parang hindi yata to professionally generated content. Na things like, they don't follow proper grammar. I mean, for me, that's already a turn off. Kasi, they don't even follow, the basic, journalistic practices, right? So
you can easily spot it. I mean, you can easily spot it, no? Kasi once
you can talaga.
Mag-browse ka lang ng mga articles, konting basa dito, alam mo na kagad na, okay, this is not edited or talagang malayo.
Yeah, and of course, you can also take a look at the team behind the website, right? So you go and check, okay, who are the people behind this website?
About us.
Yung about us or about the team, diba? So tingnan mo, sino ba itong mga to? And then if you're still dubious, hanapin nyo sa LinkedIn, like I said earlier, diba? LinkedIn talaga, it will, ang daming nabibisto dyan. So, but if you want to know that, if you want to find out that the team behind it are legit professionals, right? And you want to know what their expertise is, what their background is, then do another Google search on those people, right? Kasi then you'll find out.
Yeah, kasi ngayon parang everybody can be content writer. Kumbaga sa sa sinasabi nga namin sa journalism, parang sa akin everybody can be journalist na. I mean. So iba yung professional, meaning meron talaga siyang pinagdaanan professionally or experience, rather dun sa meron lang siyang power to write because anyway, democratic naman ang website. The person can see
internet.
Oo, di ba? Kahit anong sulat mo, parang pwede. But I appreciate that part. Saka yung credibility ng certain website, it is very important as well. Pero ano yung distinction na masasabi mo talaga na this is a credible source? Does it have something to do with the age of the website? Kailangan ba 5 years or up para pagkatiwalaan mo, or
not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. Actually, like I said, look at the team behind it. Look at even the investors behind it, right? So you can also take a look, because if it's backed by some big wigs, right? Then that okay, then it's a legit website. Or you can also find out if it's actually a government website. If that helps too. And let's say if you're looking at a health website, make sure that the content producers are have a medical background or even a medical writing background, right? Or that they have doctors, not necessarily writing the content, but also editing it, reviewing it, for fact checking it, making sure that it's correct.
Yung fact is very important, no? Kasi yung fact is very important kasi hindi pwedeng ito parang bola-bola lang or hula-hula lang, di ba? Na parang they are speaking general terms. I think the more specific the content is, it's probably one way of telling us that this can be a legitimate article. Okay, so ang napakadaming content sa labas. How do you make sure that a certain content is top-notch or premium yung content? Na hindi lang siya, of course, alam natin na it should be professionally written, it is well researched. Pero what are the other stuff that will tell you that this content nag-stand out siya among many other contents in the web?
Okay. Oh, you're bringing out the journalism teacher in me. So I have what I before when I had students, when I used to teach. I would say, the 3 C's, right? That a piece of content or a piece of article, right, should be correct, complete, meaning correct meaning you fact checked it, right? You've done your research. You've interviewed the correct people to write this piece, and then so that's correct, and then it's complete. So when I say complete, it means that you've covered, you've elaborated on the topic na hindi ka mabibitin. That's more of an old school requirement, right? Kasi dati, we like, when I say we like kasi yung mga long form, right? Now with the internet, the user behavior now is they prefer short articles kasi no patience to keep scrolling.
Yes, but short does that mean incomplete, diba? I mean, it could be brief, really short, but it's complete.
So that's my last C, which is concisely written, right? So complete doesn't necessarily mean you've elaborated on it, na parang thousands of words, published. No, but it just means that you've touched on, or you've covered the necessary points. Right, and then concise means you don't meander and go off tangent. You stick to the topic, right?
I'm trying to complete the 800 word requirement. So
exactly, diba? Hindi dapat hindi ka talaga. You don't let the word count rule you, diba?
600, 200 more, like that. Let's say hi to Trisha Gabriel, the Asian parent, is every mom's best friend. Angelica Alinsod is watching. Sino pa nag-stream natin? Si Shalini Rao is watching. Sabi ni Trisha, Project Sidekicks is very helpful for every pregnant woman. What about this? Project
Sidekicks, yes, that is our that's Project Sidekicks is our way to help reduce the rate of stillbirths by 10% in the next 3 years. So it's a big project that we piloted just early this year, and when you talk about stillbirths, it's still taboo, right? People don't really want to talk about it. Bereaved parents, right? They feel uncomfortable because the people around them, maybe they don't know how to properly address it, or there's also the shame factor, right, involved. Na parang baka, like for the mom, right? Baka it was me. Baka may kinain ako, may ginawa ako, or may hindi ako ginawa. Kasalanan ko na namatay ang baby ko. Right?
Guilt, yung guilt na not necessarily founded, no?
Yeah, exactly. So, and ang dami rin kasing factors why stillbirths happen, and one of it is the lack of guidance, right, or information on how to make sure that your baby, that you or the mother and her baby are safe and healthy.
So Project Sidekicks is what? It's an information tool, education platform?
Yes, it is. Not just an information tool, but it's also actually, we also have our app involved. We have some tools that we developed that you will find on our app to help moms, at least, we have a kick counter. So I was going to say, we have a kick counter on the app. And the kick counter helps moms to count the kicks, because that's one of the ways you can tell whether your baby is still, okay in there, right? So as soon as you find out that there's maybe an anomaly, right, or something wrong with the pattern of kicks, na maybe usually may 10 kicks in an hour na nafe-feel mo, pero ngayon parang tatlo lang yung nabilang mo within the last hour, then maybe at least you can already act on that and alert your doctor, right? And say, hey, doc, lang, should I be worried? Should I go see you now? Diba? Or normal lang ba to? Diba? So at least you can action on it right away. Hindi yung parang hindi mo pala napansin na hindi na pala gumagalaw yung baby mo, and then when you go to your next checkup, wala na palang heartbeat.
Anyway, all right. So I'm going to pause for another short commercial. And then when we come back, are you in for a short, quick game?
Sure, I'm game for anything.
Yeah, I don't have any other choice. Even if you say no, I don't. Well, we are going to do it.
Pwede bang magtago na?
The big picture on TNC will return. Please don't go away. Stay on our stream. All right, welcome back to the show. You're still watching The Big Picture on the new channel. Let's bring in back Carla Perlas, is Senior Vice President of Content ng The Asian Parent. Ibig sabihin ng senior, hindi po yan yung may 20% discount. By senior, it simply means senior, Ibig sabihin ay hindi ordinaryo ang sahod, pag senior na, di ba? Yung junior, yun. Pag junior, yun yung medyo alanganin pa yung sahod. Okay, let's play a game. The game is called Big or Small. All you have to do is to tell us what you prefer. I'm going to mention an item, and sabihin mo sa amin kung big or small, gusto mo yung item na yun. So, let's go.
Okay.
Coffee.
Small.
Milk tea.
Big.
Car.
Big.
House.
Big.
Credit limit sa credit card.
Big.
Wallet.
Big.
Planet in the solar system. Planet in the solar system.
Small.
Bed.
Big.
Malikot matulog to. Wristwatch.
Big. Malabo na mata ko.
Sabi ko na nga ba eh. Okay, please answer the question. If heaven is true, except from your family members and myself, who do you want to take with you to heaven if you are called on to go up there tonight?
Except for my family. And
And
husband?
myself.
And yourself?
Yeah, kasama yun syempre. Hindi mo ba ka-family yung husband?
Hindi pwede husband. Oh, shucks.
Hindi
Or
pa.
anak. Okay, wait.
Sino
Okay, let me
isasama mo
think.
sa langit? Sinong isasama mo sa langit kung ngayon ay aakyat ka na?
Maybe I'll just say si Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill, okay. Wherever you are, you have a free ticket going to heaven. Okay.
Mine.
Sabihin siguro, no, I'm fine. Go. Give it to someone else. Okay, next question. If you're a barber, name one celebrity that you want to cut the hair during this pandemic?
Jason Momoa.
Okay, your choice. If you were a gym instructor, whose politician do you want to train in the gym?
A politician that I want to train in the gym?
Mm-hmm.
Teka. Maybe Risa Hontiveros?
All right, no problem. If you are an astronaut, who do you want to take with you to outer space? Family members pa din ang kasama, pero isa lang.
Of course, my husband.
Okay, isa lang pwede bumalik sa Earth. Who would that be?
Isa lang ang pwede bumalik sa Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Ako? Iwan ko siya doon.
This is what I am saying. Isasama-sama mo, tapos isa lang pwede bumalik. Bahala ka dyan. Nice choice. Nice choice. Okay, last question. If you have all the money in the world, which company are you going to buy? Hopefully, it's not the Asian parent, but you have all the money in the world, so
I would
choose.
say Amazon.
Okay, nice choice. Thank you so much for playing the game. That's about it. Thank you. Really appreciate your time. Oo. Wala naman yun. Basta tanong-tanong lang yun. Wala rin siyang logic kung bakit ko tinanong. Wala lang. Naisip ko lang yung mga items. So, congratulations! You made it!
I thought the big or small game was gonna, go naughty. So I was kind of prepared for that already.
Next time we'll do it. If you're up to it, next time we'll do it. I'm going to have a special set of questionnaire for you. Don't worry. We tried toning it down kasi syempre tayo general patronage.
Of course. Wholesome tayo.
Hello, Lek. Lek Laguna Gao or Go is watching. Kilala ba natin itong mga ito? Si Anjali Pathak is watching as well. So malamang other country ito. Maria Teresa Gomez is watching. Okay, now I'm going to ask another question kasi we are running out of time for sure. But what has changed after the 7-month quarantine or lockdown? What has changed in the content space? Mas naging active ba kayo? Mas naging quality ba yung content? Nagkaroon ba ng surge? Nagkaroon ba or nabawasan ba? I mean, dito sa content space, what happened?
No, definitely. There's been a big, there's an improvement in traffic coming to our resource content, right? So, we're not competing against health websites reporting on on COVID, right? Because we're not a health website. But the thing is, we provide evergreen content that when I say evergreen, it's relevant at any point in time, because at any point in time, there's someone who's getting pregnant, there's someone who's giving birth, there's someone who's pregnant, there's someone who's taking care of a child. So in fact, this pandemic has even further fortified our community. Our app is so active right now. I encourage you to download and install our app. Because like Facebook, diba? It's a social network. But if you're a parent and you're looking for a hyper localized community of parents. So when I say hyper localized, it's not just parents, but let's say Filipino parents, right? Facing the same concerns, asking the same questions, then the Asian Parent is a perfect platform for that. Kasi kung may question ka, kunyari, gumagana ba talaga ang malunggay para pampadami ng gatas? Diba?
Sagutin mo nga yan. Carla,
Of
very
course.
quickly. Yes.
Of course, fenugreek, malunggay. Having a healthy diet, diba? That helps, and trying to relax, diba? Not stress yourself out kasi nakaka-affect din yan sa supply, right? But as I was saying earlier, this pandemic actually further fortified our community. They are so much more engaged now. They found their tribe in our app. When I say they, it's the parents. So Singapore parents, in Singapore, they found their tribe there through our app. Parents in Indonesia have found their tribe through our app. Filipino parents have found their tribe through our app. And ang dami naming pag-gimmick sa app din namin, we're not just a Q&A platform, we have lots of very useful tools for women who are pregnant and women who have given birth or women who are raising older kids. Especially, if you're pregnant or you have a baby, we have what we call a tracker, so we have a pregnancy tracker that helps you track, your pregnancy from day one till the very last day. We have an update for every day. That's how much our content team has hustled to put together this content and these guides for our mommies, for our mommy communities, actually parents, right? So our app, it combines both the community and content and guides. So that's why when I say it's hyper local, it's hyper targeted. It's not just you having access to the usual parenting tools or pregnancy tools, but you having access to your tribe and sharing concerns, asking the same questions, and helping each other out.
That's actually impressive. Why? Because it takes a tribe to raise a child, or a village to raise a child. Yun ang sinasabi nila lagi. So unlike dun sa isang website na parang one faceted lang siya, so ibig sabihin isa lang yung hindi siya nagbibuild ng community, meaning one way, no? You just read the article and then that's about it. The way you interpret it, bahala ka sa buhay mo. But in this particular case, you're saying that it's a community you're building, and within the community, you are building sort of a evergreen content nga. So, ando talaga siya. It's sustainable at some point.
Yep.
Sige, my final question to you. What's the big picture? Diba? Sa lahat ng nangyayari ngayon, what's the big picture?
What do you mean? What's the big picture? Elaborate.
For example, for a parent like me, ano yung hindi ko nakikita in terms of pagiging parent na kailangan obvious, hindi siya obvious pero kailangan mo siyang makita bilang isang Asian parent. Ano yung isang bagay?
I think I did touch up on that earlier, right? That there's really no cookie cutter formula. Right, the Asian parent may provide you with all these guides and tools and access to the community, but at the end of the day, it's advice, and it's up to you to absorb this advice and then and experiment, try it out, and see what works best for you and your child, diba? Kasi one strategy may work for one family, but it may not work for you, and that's okay, right? So I think what's important is also to accept that just because it won't work for you doesn't mean you're a failure as a parent. It just means that maybe you just haven't found that perfect blend, right, for you and your child, for you and your family. So I think especially like you were saying earlier, diba, because of this pandemic, it has really taken a toll on our mental health. And so it's very important na ang mga mommies and even daddies, right? Sobra yung guilt, 'di ba? Pag kunyari, bakit yung anak niya nagagawa na yon, yung anak ko hindi? Did I do something wrong? Did I not give them the right, let's say, hindi ko ba pinakain ng tama to, 'di ba? Or kailangan ko bang bumili ng iPad para mas techy yung anak ko or whatever, right? But my point is it's okay, right? To if your child is developing differently, or if your pregnancy is progressing, differently compared to the others. And it's not something to be guilty about, but it is something to just, be knowledgeable about, right?
Yeah.
And
So
so,
very, very basic yung you just understand that you are unique as everybody else. Kumbaga may iba-iba ang journey na bawat isa. Maybe by principles may mga overlapping common experience.
So
But-
I just wanna emphasize also at the Asian Parent, we are all about non-judgmental parenting. Kaya nga
Non-judgmental. Bawal ang judgmental in Tagalog.
Oo. Bawal talaga ang maging judgmental. So on our app and even our content, we make sure that it's, it doesn't put down any profile, parenting profile, right? It's all about being supportive. It's all about hearing out everyone and being open, right? So
definitely bawal ang judgmental. So alam niyo na, pag nawalan kayo ng access, no? You violated the community rules.
We police it. We police it, very closely. Yung mga ganyan na behavior on the app. And within our communities outside of the app, right? Because we also have a robust community on, other social media platforms. So when we see, misbehavior, we flag it, because we don't tolerate,
I mean,
judgmental members.
If you're talking about sustainability, that's the way to go, for sure. Kailangan linisin, sanitize, you protect. Kung ano yung tama. Okay, so we don't have the time to move forward. Maybe another time, maybe in season 10. But what are the links that you want to promote? Yung app na sinasabi mo, baka pwede mo nang banggitin ngayon, invite them to download the application, follow you.
Definitely. Definitely. I invite everybody to download the Asian Parent. It's available on Google Play Store and the Apple App Store. It's Android, iOS, whatever you have, you can download the Asian Parent.
Yeah, all right. BlackBerry, Symbian.
Oppo, even Oppo.
Okay. Thank you so much, Carla, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Lloyd, for having me on your show.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Carla Perlas, Senior Vice President of Content ng The Asian Parent. Maraming salamat sa time. Sa lahat ng mga nanood, those of you who watch from, mainly Asian region, thank you so much for bearing with us. I'm kind of nose bleeding in here right now, but I thank God na naitawid natin itong episode na ito. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching The Big Picture. We'd like to thank Bustlebox BPO Inc. Also, ating mga sponsors na Unisol, Mr. Rice, Life. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagsuporta sa aming show. Siyempre, Step Back, nandiyan din. Maraming salamat. And yung Philippine Association of Live Stream Professionals, thank you so much. I'm going to see you again tomorrow for another inspirational episode on The Big Picture. This is your host, Lloyd Luna, saying thank you so much for watching. Please stay always on the new channel. Good night.